look at the January 2022 Principles of Business Paper 2. Our first question says, Jane studied Principles of Business while attending high school and was inspired to own and operate a business in her own community. State 4 reasons why Jane would want to establish her own business. So the answers we have are, Jane may want to establish her own business in order to earn profits and increase her personal income. Jane may want to become her own boss so she can make her own decisions and have greater control over her work. Jane may want to use her skills, talents, and business knowledge to provide goods or services needed in her community. Jane may want to create employment for herself and possibly for other persons in her community. Our next question goes, list 3 characteristics Jane would need to possess in order to become a successful entrepreneur. So our answer is, Jane should be creative so that she can develop new ideas and solve business problems. Jane should be willing to take risks because starting a business involves uncertainty and possible losses. Jane should be hardworking and determined so that she can continue despite challenges such as competition or low sales. Next question. State 3 reasons why Jane should conduct a feasibility study prior to establishing her business. Our answer is, Jane should conduct a feasibility study to find out whether there is enough demand for the product or service she wants to offer. Jane should conduct a feasibility study to determine whether the business is likely to be profitable. Jane should conduct a feasibility study to identify possible problems such as competition, high cost of or a poor location before investing her money. Next question. State 1 role of any 2 stakeholders that will be involved in Jane's business. Customers are important stakeholders because they purchase the goods or services from Jane's business and provide the sales revenue needed for the business to survive. Employees are stakeholders because they carry out the daily work of the business, such as serving customers, producing goods, handling records, and helping the business operate efficiently. Next question. Explain 2 ways in which Jane's business could contribute to the social and economic development of her country. Answer. Jane's business could contribute to economic development by creating employment. If her business grows, she may need to hire workers such as sales assistants, delivery workers, or administrative staff. This would allow more people to earn an income, support their families, and improve their standard of living. For example, if Jane opens a small grocery, bakery, or stationery shop in her community, she may employ young people who are unemployed. Jane's business could also contribute to national income and government revenue. When Jane earns profits, pays wages, and sells goods or services, economic activity increases in the country. The government may also collect taxes such as business taxes, income tax, or VAT from her business activities. These taxes can be used to improve roads, schools, health services, and other public facilities, which helps the wider society. Next question. Question 2. State 3 reasons why it is important for a firm to have proper documentation in all of its business transactions. Our answer is, proper documentation provides written evidence of business transactions. Proper documentation helps the firm to prepare accurate accounting records and financial statements. Proper documentation helps to settle disputes because details such as prices, quantities, dates, and terms of sale can be checked. Next question. Outline the purpose of each of the following types of business documents. We have pro forma invoice, purchase requisition. Those are the only 2 we have. So we have a pro forma invoice is sent by the seller to the buyer before the actual sale takes place. It shows the expected price, quantity, description of goods, and other charges so that the buyer can know the likely cost before placing or confirming an order. A purchase requisition is an internal document used by a department to request that goods or materials be purchased. It informs the purchasing department about what is needed, the quantity required, and sometimes the reason for the request. Our next question is list 3 types of non-life insurance policies. We have motor vehicle insurance is a type of non-life insurance policy, fire insurance, and public liability insurance. Next question, describe two principles upon which insurance is based. So we have the principle of utmost good faith, means that both the insured and insurer must be honest and provide all important information. For example, the business owner must tell the insurance company if the building has faulty electrical wiring, because this may affect the risk of fire. The principle of indemnity means that the insured should be restored to the financial position he or she was in before the loss occurred. The insured should not make a profit from the insurance claim. For example, if stock valued at $20,000 is destroyed by fire, the business should be compensated for that loss, not given more than the value of the stock. Next question, explain two ways in which insurance could be used to lower the risks associated with business. 6 marks. So we have insurance can lower business risk by providing compensation when business property is damaged or destroyed. For example, if your shop is damaged by fire, flood, or burglary, an insurance policy can help the owner replace stock, repair the building, and purchase equipment. This reduces the financial burden on the business and helps it to recover instead of closing down. Insurance can also reduce the risk of legal claims against the business. For example, public liability insurance can protect the business if a customer is injured on the business premises and sues for compensation. Instead of the business having to pay the full cost from its own funds, the insurance company may cover the claim. This helps protect the business from heavy unexpected expenses. Next question is to define the term public relations. So we have public relations refers to the activities used by a business to create and maintain a good image and positive relationship with the public, customers, employees, the media, and the community. Next question, identify two types of public relations activities that are popular in the Caribbean. Sponsoring sports, cultural, or community events is a popular public relations activity in the Caribbean. Donating to charities, schools, or disaster relief programs is another popular public relations activity in the Caribbean. Outline two ways in which the public relations activities of a firm could benefit communities. Public relations activities can benefit communities by providing financial or material support for community projects. For example, a business may sponsor a school football team, donate computers to a school, or assist with a community cleanup campaign. Public relations activities can also improve the quality of life in communities. For example, if a firm supports health fairs, educational workshops, or environmental campaigns, residents may gain useful information and services that help them live healthier and more responsible lives. Next question, describe 3 factors that influence consumer behavior. Income influences consumer behavior because consumers usually buy goods and services based on what they can afford. A person with a high income may purchase expensive brands, luxury items, or larger quantities, while a person with a low income may focus mainly on basic needs such as food, transport, and school supplies. Price also influences consumer demand because consumers often compare prices before making purchases. If the price of a product rises, some consumers may buy less of it or switch to a cheaper substitute. For example, if the price of a particular brand of cereal increases, a customer may choose a less expensive brand. Advertising influences consumer behavior because it informs and persuades consumers to buy certain products. Attractive advertisements on television, radio, and social media may encourage consumers to try new goods or remain loyal to a brand. For example, a fast food advertisement showing a special meal deal may influence students to buy from that restaurant. Next question is to explain 2 ways in which a government can protect consumers through consumer organizations. The government can protect consumers by using consumer organizations to investigate complaints against businesses. If consumers are sold defective goods, overcharged, or misled by false advertising, they can report the matter to a consumer protection body. The organization may investigate the complaint, contact the business, and help the consumer receive a refund, replacement, or fair treatment. The government can also protect consumers by educating the public about their rights and responsibilities. Consumer organizations can use schools, radio, television, websites, and social media to teach people about reading labels, checking expiry dates, comparing prices, and keeping receipts. This is important because informed consumers are less likely to be cheated or misled by dishonest businesses. Number 4. We must now define each of the following terms. We have logistics and supply chain operations. So we have logistics refers to the planning, movement, and storage of goods, materials, and information from the point of origin to the point where they are needed by customers or businesses. And supply chain operations refer to all the activities involved in getting a product from suppliers to producers, wholesalers, retailers, and finally to consumers. These activities include purchasing, production, transportation, storage, and distribution. Next question is state two differences between a bill of lading and an airway bill. A bill of lading is used when goods are transported by sea, while an airway bill is used when goods are transported by air. A bill of lading may act as a document of title, meaning it can help prove ownership of the goods, while an airway bill is mainly a receipt and contract for air transport and is not usually a document of title. Next question. Outline 3 rules of transportation in the marketing of goods. Transportation helps to move goods from producers to consumers. Without transportation, goods made in one place would not easily reach wholesalers, retailers, or final customers. For example, agricultural produce from rural farms must be transported to supermarkets and markets in town. Transportation helps to make goods available at the right place and time. This is important because customers expect products to be available when they need them. For example, supermarkets need regular deliveries of bread, milk, and vegetables so that shelves remain stocked. Transportation can help businesses expand their markets. A firm can sell goods outside its immediate community if it has access to reliable transport. For example, a manufacturer in Trinidad may use trucks and shipping services to sell products in Tobago, Barbados, or other Caribbean islands. Next question. Explain 2 problems an agricultural firm may face when distributing bananas from the Caribbean to the USA. We have one problem is spoilage because bananas are perishable goods. If there are delays in harvesting, packing, shipping, or customs clearance, the bananas may ripen too quickly or become damaged before reaching the USA. This can lead to financial losses because the firm may have to sell the bananas at a lower price or discard them completely. Another problem is high transportation and storage costs. Bananas may require careful handling, refrigerated containers, and quick shipping to maintain their quality. These costs can reduce the firm's profit, especially if fuel prices, shipping charges, or port fees are high. For example, a Caribbean exporter may have to spend heavily on packaging and temperature control shipping to ensure the bananas arrive in good condition. Next question. 5. State 2 functions of the Caribbean Community or CARICOM. CARICOM promotes economic cooperation and trade among member states. CARICOM encourages coordination among Caribbean countries in areas such as education, health, foreign policy, and regional development. State 2 benefits Caribbean countries may enjoy as members of CARICOM. Caribbean countries may benefit from a larger regional market for their goods and services. Caribbean countries may benefit from greater cooperation and support in areas such as disaster relief, education, health, and regional security. Define the term foreign direct investment or FDI. Foreign direct investment is investment made by a business or individual from one country into a business or productive activity in another country, usually with the aim of owning, controlling, or managing part of that business. Next question. State 4 reasons why foreign businesses may be willing to invest in the Caribbean region. Foreign businesses may invest in the Caribbean region because the region has natural resources such as oil, gas, minerals, beaches, and agricultural land. Also, the region attracts tourists, creating opportunities in hotels, restaurants, transport, and entertainment. Also, governments offer incentives such as tax holidays, duty-free concessions, and investment grants. And the Caribbean can provide access to regional and international markets, especially through trade agreements and CARICOM links. Next question. Outline 2 ways in which human resource development could assist in reducing the economic problems of CARICOM countries. Human resource development can reduce unemployment by training people with the skills needed for available jobs. For example, training in technology, hospitality, construction, or business can help workers become more employable and reduce dependence on government support. Human resource development can improve productivity because educated and skilled workers are usually able to produce more goods and services of better quality. This can help businesses become more competitive, increase national output, and encourage economic growth in CARICOM countries. Last question is, explain 2 ways in which a local shoe manufacturing firm can use technology to boost its production levels. A local shoe manufacturing firm can use machinery and automated equipment to produce shoes more quickly. Machines can cut leather, stitch materials, shape soles, and assemble parts faster than manual labor alone. This will allow the firm to produce a large number of shoes in a shorter time and meet customer demand more efficiently. The firm can also use computer-aided design and production software to improve the design and manufacturing process. For example, computer software can help the business create accurate shoe designs, reduce material wastage, and make adjustments before production begins. This can increase efficiency, reduce errors, and allow the firm to produce more attractive and consistent products for customers. Right, and that is the end of this paper. Thank you all for watching.